Hi, in this lesson of the Complete Cucumber in Java course, I'm going to cover the concept of cucumber step results. Coming up. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm Nilton Santos and I am an Oracle certified Java developer with over 20 years of experience, and I am the founder of craftofprogramming.com. The craftofprogramming.com is an educational website focused on teaching general computer science topics, programming languages, and software tools. If this is the first time that you are here, then please subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so that you are informed every time I publish regular content. Also, leave a comment below and share this video with friends. Let's get started with today's lesson. Okay, so I want to cover the concept of cucumber step results because it is important for you to understand how to resolve errors or runtime exceptions or errors related to basically the cucumber step states or results. So I have here a toy scenarios or a feature file with scenarios just to illustrate each of the steps results. So basically the six step results that cucumber supports are success, when everything goes well, failed steps, undefined, pending, ambiguous, and skipped. So let's cover each of them in turn. So the first one is a step that basically passes and all is good. So let's execute this scenario and notice that when a scenario passes and all of the steps pass, then everything, you get the green check mark and all is good. So this is the outcome of success for a step. Okay, that's the most straightforward and what you want to see in each of your steps inside your scenarios. Let's talk about the failed step. Is when things start getting a bit more interesting. So the way Cucumber works is if a step fails, then all of the remaining or subsequent steps within a scenario are going to be skipped. So with this scenario, we're going to cover two step results. One is the step when it fails and then skip. So let's see how this is rendered in IntelliJ here. So the way you get this X red, and you can see that which step failed. So you have an X there. This step failed. Cucumber is telling you it failed, and notice that the subsequent step skipped. Also notice that the entire scenario has been marked as failed because one of its steps failed. And the reason why this step fails, if you're curious, is just because I am throwing an exception. So steps fail if you throw an exception, a runtime exception. That's how steps are failed. Okay, now let's talk about the undefined step result. So as you would expect, an undefined step is a step that is not implemented. For each, there is no Java step definition, either implemented through a cucumber expression or through a regular expression. You don't have any implementation. And this may be that there is no step whatsoever definition, or maybe there is a step that doesn't quite match. So this type of step states are very easy to figure because you can see that at compile time it's already rendered as saying that it's not defined. But if you're distracted or if it's a very large feature, then if you still attempt to run this, then notice that just like the failed step, the subsequent steps are skipped. As you see here, this step got skipped, and this step, Cucumber provides you a nice error message saying that this is a missing step and you can actually implement it by doing that. Okay, And just like the failed step, notice that the actual scenario is marked as, undefined. So let's talk about the pending. So the pending is basically a test result where a step definition throws a pending exception. So notice that this implementation or this step definition is throwing a pending exception. This is actually a cucumber exception. And this may be useful when you have a step that is incomplete. It's basically work in progress, if you will, and you just want to tag it as, pending. So you don't want to fail it. It cannot pass. You don't want it to skip. You just mark it as pending. So again, if I run this scenario with this pending step, then notice that the entire scenario has been skipped. Why? Because the first step is throwing a pending exception. So the entire thing is just being marked as pending, as opposed to error or failure. So lastly is ambiguous steps. Ambiguous steps are steps that have more than one step definition. So you notice that again at compile time you can determine whether a step is ambiguous. So this step is actually being matched by this cucumber expression as well as this cucumber expression. So again, if you don't notice this is compile time, and just like the pending step scenario, if you try to run it, then it will fail, and you will see cucumber will tell you that the step failed, and it tells you that it matched more than one step definition. And cucumber actually lists the all the step definitions that match that step. Okay, so this concludes the lesson on cucumber step results. Thanks very much for watching. Ciao, ciao.